we get to certain crossroads where we find out that the direction we're headed isn't where we really want to go. And then we ask ourselves this question: is it too late to make a change? In this episode, we answer that question. Join me again. Hello again, welcome to my channel. On this channel, we share truth in relatable ways. And on this 10th episode, let's discuss something I started talking about in the very first episode. I believe it's never too late to start anything that you want to do. It's better late than never, so you can start something today like I am. Indeed, it's never too late to make a change. And even though you start out late, you can still distinguish yourself. But in order to make maximum impact in any endeavor, notwithstanding your lateness, there are certain things you should keep in mind. Now, this is what happens when you're late. Because many people may have had an early start in that same endeavor, this is where you would normally start, towards the back of the line. But if you find a different path less traveled and start to walk in it, although you may get lonely on that road, what happens is that you get to your destination faster. And not only that, because you dared to break away from a familiar path, you would have successfully created an alternate path for others to follow. In other words, your disadvantage is what you make of it. It can depress you or it can deliver others. But it will only deliver others when you make an advantage out of it. So you can stay at the back of the line feeling depressed, or you can find your own path and blaze a trail. Now, an example of someone who blazed the trail was Apostle Paul. He was the man who came late to the party of the gospel. 12 apostles had already been numbered, prepared, and commissioned. But this persecutor called Saul suddenly found out that he had been following a wrong path in ignorance. But when he turned from that path and started on a new path, he was already late to the party. But although he was late to the party, when he arrived, he brought something new to the party. He lit up the party and he spread the party to far-flung islands. And guess whose name is not far from our lips whenever we speak of the gospel of grace today? This same latecomer who became a change maker. So, here's 3 things you should do when you're having a late start. Find your lane, stay in your lane, and stay in your lane. And never forget, it's never too late to start out on a different path. It's better to start out late than not start at all. And feeling lonely on the road you start out on should never be an excuse for stopping. Because in the end, just because you started, just because you didn't stop, many others will be able to walk in the trail that you blaze. Now, before I close out this episode, let's take another soundbite from the first episode. I want to promise you, my viewer, 3 things on my channel: insight, wisdom, and inspiration, because that is what Ajidara is all about. So tell me, do you think I've kept my promise? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be alerted whenever a new episode drops. I remain your host, Ajidara. I found a different path, different from the one I started out on. I'm staying in that lane and staying in that lane. Looking forward to many more beautiful episodes together on this channel, because this part is just getting started. See you in a bit. Stay inspired.